You ever done something and thought later, I really wish I hadn't have done that, but realized that there was no way to undo the done? And that you had to do the done or you wouldn't be able to do the thing? This episode is going to be a cry for help from me to you guys. And after the break, we're going to talk about why I'm crying and what I think is probably going to end up happening and what I'm going to have to do about it.
Restoration of a classic Ford is a journey of discovery. Let Autocrafters help you with yours. We offer quality parts for Falcon, Fairlane, F-Series, Galaxy, Maverick, and Pinto. Contact us today.
So let me tell you a story before I give you the quandary. I was going to give you the quandary first, but here's the story. We had to put a floor pan in this thing because the floor pan was shot. The real and only way I could see to put the floor pan in, and ended up being the way we finally did it, was to cut the wall out of the back here and throw the floor pan in through this section. And this almost wasn't a deep enough cut. We had to actually bow the floor pan to get it to go in. We originally cut it so that it was going to be underneath this bar right here. Wonderful. It would have been a lot easier to mess with because of the other plan I had for what we're going to be doing down there. But therein lies the rub. Now what I have to do is I have to make this all look very neat because I want this to look nice on this truck. And the problem with that is if I do the method that I've been taught by Robert McCartney, I'm going to be doing a spot weld, planish with a hammer and dolly, and then grinding, spot weld, hammer dolly, and just ad nauseum all the way across the back of this panel, plus down those two sides. And I want to know what you guys think about what we should do with that. Now, I have consulted with a friend of mine. He runs a video series called Paintucation. These are some of the best videos I've watched for doing anything to do with paint and body on these cars. Classic cars, new cars, and he does a series on it, and they are something you pay for, but I think it's a really good investment if you're going to be doing a lot of what we are doing here. A lot of what I know I've gotten from Kevin, and I talked to Kevin, and he said that we're going to have to weld this in. I had an idea, and I don't think it's going to work because of the problem of what we've got going on right here. We have flats along with these declivities, and I don't have a way to take these coves and put the panel bonding adhesive all the way across with a piece like this. I would basically have to go and get another one of these plates, put it on the back side of this, and have a way to clamp all the way across here with enough of those big C-clamps like we have in order to get everything to stay put where it's supposed to, because most of these panel bonding adhesives do have to have clamping force applied to them in order to work. Is that going to be faster and more efficient? No, because I don't know where I'm going to get another back wall, because it's not like I can just go down to pull apart, grab a back wall out of one of these things that's just randomly sitting in the yard, pay 15 bucks for it, and walk out the door. So what I want to know is, what do you guys think? Do you think that maybe we should try to do a combination meal, so to speak, where we go in and we weld these sections in and then panel bond the flats? Or do we just do like Kevin said? Now, he's the professional. Do like Kevin said and just weld the whole thing in. You'll note that I've got these pieces in place right now just to lay that in there so I can take a look at it. And what these are is these are panel clamps. They'll hold the panel together for me, so I'm not trying to fight this thing and keep it up in the air. But I am a little worried because with all of these clamped in over here, if you look at this end of it, it's dropping off, and I'm not sure why that's happening because this stuff was cut out all at the same time. It was all cut with one blade running out across here. You'll remember the video where we did that months and years ago. This is a very slow process. I think one of the funniest things I've had happen so far is my wife asked me if we could have this car done by May of this year. I wanted to clarify because most of you car guys are going, no, maybe not next year, so. In any case, do me a favor, leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you think. We are probably going to go ahead and proceed with what Kevin said, but if you guys have any ideas about what we should do to make this work better, let me know. I think Kevin's idea is probably the right one because it is absolutely the hardest road to go, but it's also probably the best road to get the best results. And so we'll probably end up doing that. I'm not going to not do something when someone like him tells me I should probably do it, but it's just, you know, that dark part of me that wants to just take the easy road and not have to work my behind off to get this piece back in here. Now, real quickly, what I want to do is I want to finalize this thing and say we are not going to do what Ford did originally on these Rancheros. We are going to convert this one over to what Ford did starting in 1966, which was they went in and actually opened up the well underneath the seat so that you could access it from inside the cab. And I like that a little bit better. It will allow me to really set this up in here so that it won't be a big water sieve like it has been in the past and was a problem for the 65, 64 Rancheros all the way back to 1960. So we're going to work on making that happen because I think that will be a lot easier to do than to try to go ahead and bring this, this wall here all the way down to the floor. So we're going to try to do that, and we're going to show you how we go about doing that. There's a couple of other little things that we're going to do, some pieces that need to go in here in this back wall to stabilize these wheel wells back here. But other than that, that's really all I had for you this week. We just started getting back on this thing today, and I thought I would take a little time and talk about what we want to do. Please comment in the section below, let us know what you think about it. Also, do me a favor and check out the Patreon account at the $10 a month level. You get monthly meetings with me on Zoom, and we basically do tech support and all that. But mostly what we do is have a good time and laugh a lot. It is the best thing we've done around here in a while. I really enjoyed it. It energizes me to get to sit down with you guys and have a chit chat and a talk. But you also get monthly little tech tips from me as well. There'll be things I'll run across when I'm doing these things that are not big enough to be put on YouTube, but are informative enough that I would like for you guys to be able to get that through the Patreon account. So check that out and make sure you just take a look at it. You're helping us out. It helps the kids around here. We buy food for them on Saturdays. We work with youth, so that's what that's all about. Andrew is also part of that. His salary actually comes out of what we do with the Patreon account. The rest of it goes to pay the hungry monsters around here that are slowly growing and eating me out of house and home, especially Logan. He's like eating a lot. He's not getting skinny though, he's getting buff. I'm not gonna say anything bad. I'm scared he'll beat me up. Not really, but. All right, so also subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll help us get to our 100,000 subscriber mark, which we are shooting at right now. I believe we're right around 90,000 unless YouTube has gone in and done another cull. They like to do that to me. I get close to something and they'll knock me back. So we're trying to get 100,000 subscribers in here. It helps us YouTube a lot better. They pay more attention to us as we get bigger. So the bigger we grow, the better we do. And plus I want to have that plaque so I can put it on our piece of OSB that I've still got to go buy to put on the Paul wall, in the Paul wall. You'll see whenever we do it. I'm definitely going to bring that up. Finally, folks, do me a favor. Y'all be kind to each other, love on each other, treat each other nice. You guys have a great week. We'll see you on down the road. I don't know if I want to do all this because I'm scared that Logan is going to blow large holes in this wall that I'm going to have to end up repairing anyway. Or if I want to just sit here and drink a cold drink and watch him work a lot. Because this is going to be a lot of work. Sure wish panel bonding adhesives would have been the way to go. Still think that would have been easier.